thought I would share with you some home remedies that I use when I'm not feeling well. I'm actually quite miserable when I'm sick. I hate the feeling of a sore throat or congestion, and sometimes I can feel a cold or something coming on. So what I like to do is I like to make a wellness tea that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to share with you some other tips that I have in my toolbox, winter toolbox, to keep me safe and well. So first of all, with this tea, you need 3 cups of water. You want to bring it to a boil. And you're going to love this tea. You may not need it right away, but I think you'll be glad that you have this recipe. It's like rocket fuel. Okay, so you bring 3 cups of water to a boil, and in that, what you're going to do is you're going to take some ginger. Ginger is in this tea because it's anti-inflammatory, and you probably see ginger tea a lot in the stores, or I've got some ginger tea that I found just at Zayre's here. But ginger is a wonderful root to add to any tea. Sometimes I just make ginger tea with lemon and honey. I love that too. So you want to grate, it says about 2 to 3 inches of ginger root. I'm going to guess. I'm not really good with actual measuring of ingredients, but I'm going to guess, and we're going to get that ginger root. We're going to get that simmering in the hot water. You can never have too much ginger root. There we are. So I'm going to take that ginger root, about that much, pop it into our tea, and next I'm going to use some turmeric. So this is what turmeric root looks like. There's not many places that sell the actual fresh turmeric root, but you can use powder. If you've got turmeric powder, you can use 2 teaspoons of that. But I actually have some root. We got some root a couple of months ago, and I did freeze it. So we're going to grate up some turmeric. Bright orange. It's funny that the turmeric powder is usually yellow. There are lots of benefits to turmeric. Lots of research has been done on this. They say it's got anti-inflammatory properties, and it's good for your immune system. So these are little tiny bits. Turmeric root is a little smaller than the ginger root. There we go, I think. Look at that lovely colour. Ooh, fresh turmeric. That's got to be good for you, right? So we're going to pop that into our tea. And then next, we're going to use some cinnamon. So it says 1 to 2 pieces of cinnamon. Oh, you know what? I'll wipe that there. Look at the dye. You've got to be really careful with turmeric. My hands are covered with that active ingredient, curcumin. Comes from the turmeric. I'm not too worried because I think it's going to soak into my blood system, and it's good for me, right? But be careful that you don't want to get it on your clothes. So with the cinnamon, I'm just going to grate a little bit. I love cinnamon. Love the smell of it. I'm going to grate some of it just like that. And then I'm going to throw these into our tea. And to that, we're going to add 10 cloves. These are whole cloves. You probably use cloves in apple pie. And to that, the final ingredient is 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And cayenne pepper has always been used for pain relief. So, hopefully if you've got a sore throat, that's something that's going to help. May not cure it, but it can certainly relieve some of the symptoms of a cold. There we are. So you're going to put everything together like that. You're going to put the lid on, turn the heat right down, and you want to simmer it. There we are. Just simmer it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And what it's going to do, it's going to make a little bit of a concentrate. And that concentrate we're going to pour into a jar like this, and you can keep it in your fridge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix some of this in a cup, half your wellness tea, half a cup of wellness tea with boiling water. And you want a good squeeze of lemon, maybe half a lemon, and a teaspoon of honey. And that is going to make you feel better, I'm sure. All right, so that's the wellness tea, and we'll let that simmer. Number 2 tip is citrus fruits, okay? When I'm feeling well, I always have a lot of oranges and lemons and limes, and this is where there's a lot of vitamin C. And so when you, it's got a little bit of ginger on. Just remember, it's not very sharp, that when you eat, I generally just cut it into slices and eat it. But you really want to make sure that you get that white stuff, okay? That's called pith. You want to eat that, okay? Because it's full of bioflavonoids, which helps activate that vitamin C in the orange. So don't pick it off. I see people picking it off, and really you want to eat that. It's good for you. So oranges and lemons. Lemons you can pop in your water. Actually makes a delicious drink. I like carbonated water, and I sometimes put lemon and limes in that. So that will give you vitamin C. If you feel you're not getting enough, sometimes I do take a supplement, okay? Leslie Beck, who's a dietitian in Toronto, she writes for the Globe and Mail. She recommends taking 500 milligrams 4 times a day. The wonderful thing about vitamin C is you can never really overdo it because it is water soluble and you're just going to pee it out. Okay, so that's vitamin C. The next thing I like to get into my diet in the wintertime is zinc. And zinc is known as being a great mineral to support the immune system. I'm not a big one for taking supplements, so I like to get as much as my nutrition from food. So I love the green pumpkin seeds. They are a rich source of zinc. And I often have these around my house, and what I do is I roast them for 10 minutes at 350, and I just mix in a tablespoon of tamari or some light soya sauce, or you can use Bragg's, and I just mix it in. It gives it a lovely salty flavor, and I eat quite a lot of pumpkin seeds for my zinc, source of zinc in the winter. The other thing for zinc, I do have in my medicine chest at home, I do have good old zinc lozenges. I think they've got, each lozenge has got 10 milligrams of zinc. Sometimes when I'm not feeling well, I will have a zinc lozenge. The next thing is vitamin D, okay? We know that winter's here and getting less and less sun. When the sun does come out, I do encourage you to sit in the sun and soak up the rays. We know that vitamin D we get from the sun, but there's not many other great sources of vitamin D. So I do know that a lot of doctors do recommend taking a vitamin D supplement. This is one that I have at home. It's D3. And actually Leslie Beck, I'm going to include her article in the food kit. She does recommend taking some vitamin D too. The other thing that I have in my toolkit is always some frozen chicken noodle soup. Fresh is always best, but there's something about chicken noodle soup. They always say it's a great home remedy when you don't feel well. And I think it just, soothes the sore throat and reduces the congestion and just makes you feel good. So chicken soup, we did make that in Kate's Kitchen. I think it was episode number 2. And Derek will link it below so you can go check out that recipe if you want to make some chicken noodle soup. The other thing is Vicks Vapor Rub. I grew up with this stuff. I love Vicks Vapor Rub. And I think it's based on eucalyptus, menthol that comes from the eucalyptus plant. I am going to buy a eucalyptus plant for the winter and keep that in my bedroom. I love the smell of it. But Vicks Vapor Rub, I love it. I love it rubbing it on my neck and chest and, just under my nose if I'm congested. This is wonderful stuff. Also, I use eucalyptus. I got some eucalyptus oil, essential oil, and I will often use a diffuser. Now, Christmas is coming up, and if you don't have a diffuser, this is a great Christmas gift. You can suggest someone get you for Christmas. Otherwise, they are available. I have seen them at my favorite store, Goodwill, Value Village. They are available secondhand. A lot of people have got them, and often they're brand new, and you can pick them up very cheaply. So this is a fancy one. It turns different colors, and this was actually a gift on my birthday. So what I do is I take some eucalyptus essential oil, and I just put a few drops in there. I will often add tea tree oil too, sort of like a disinfectant. This hasn't got a dropper, but there we are. Oh, this is going to smell good in here. And I have that in my bedroom or in my living room, wherever I am sitting. And sometimes I will inhale it. And it will break up the mucus. What else do I have in my toolkit? Final thing is something that I've used for over 20 years and my children use. This is just something that I find works for me, and it's called oil of oregano. And it comes in a little bottle like this. A lot of people don't like this. It is quite powerful taste. But you can, I put a couple of drops in my water bottle, and sometimes I put a few drops in my hands. It is apparently antiviral, antibacterial. That's what Dr. Cass Ingram says. And I rub it together like that, and I inhale it, and then I rub it on the back of my neck. And I find that really helps too. Okay, so we've gone through some of the things that I use in my home remedy little toolbox here. Let's have a look at our tea. Okay. Take the lid off. Oh, look at... Oh, that smells wonderful. Let Derek get his shot. You can see that. But that is a wonderful brew of goodness. So we'll do a little bit of magic, throw a little bit of love and healing in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to strain it and then we're going to put it into a jar and we're going to pop it in the fridge. And that is going to be your wellness tea. Sorry. All right, we've got a sieve here. We're just going to strain our tea. There we are. Look at all that goodness. Back in the pot. There is our tea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cup of tea right now. And there are colds going around the local here, so I'm going to do it full strength. There we are. And just going to give it some lemon. This is not a sharp knife. There we go. I'm going to good squirt of lemon. There we are. And to that, we're going to put a tablespoon of wonderful honey. Well, you know what? I'm just going to put half a teaspoon. I don't like things too sweet. There we are. Give it a good stir. Add a little bit of cold water before I taste it. There we are. Burn my tongue. Okay, here it goes. Oh my rocket fuel. What can I say? So there we are. There are some of my home remedies that I use. Just a reminder, always when you're not feeling well, follow the directions of your doctor. Get plenty of rest, lots of fluids. And we welcome you to share with us some of your home remedies that maybe you've grown up with or that you use. You can list them in the comments below. We'd love to hear that. So from everyone here at the local, please stay safe and well. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.